How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. Today, I'm finally going to do another Jesse Talks Metal episode, and this is going to be Black Metal Part 2, why it could possibly be the best metal subgenre. So yeah, let's just kind of get started. I'm just going to go through reasons why musically, origin-wise, and then aesthetically, just kind of like the looks of it and how things are done. But just to kind of start off musically, it has some of the most complicated and some of the most complicated riffs and drum performances. A lot of these riffs and drum beats and stuff like that take a lot of endurance to keep up for like an entire song or like an entire album worth of material. Especially if you have to do this kind of live and just have this shit practiced down. I mean, if you have a 30-minute set and you've got to do blast beats and double kicks and tremolos the entire time, holy shit. You better have some well-practiced veteran, guitar players and drummers and shit. Secondly, for music-wise, it has some of the most, variety and branch-offs in subgenres there is. Like there's tons, man. There's like 20 different subgenres of black metal. Atmospheric, symphonic, raw, pagan, melodic. There's DSBM, NSBM, noise, black metal. Just it goes on and on and on. It's pretty crazy. And there's also different ranges in production value that's also widely accepted too. It's not just like straight, really, really good production value and everyone appreciates that. It's also like medium, raw, and like potato quality production value that it seems to be widely accepted in black metal. So that's kind of cool. It also has some of the darkest, brutalist, most controversial, and meaningful lyrics. Just if you can get past all the, satanic and whatever stuff, besides like the obvious cliche type of lyrics, they also have, like I said, like very dark, sometimes brutal, obviously controversial, and sometimes very meaningful lyrics too, because these artists speak from their heart about issues that really matter to them. Not that other genres of metal don't, but these, a lot of these, like European black metal artists are speaking out against like being oppressed by like different religious cultures or different other cultures and stuff like that. It's pretty legit. Next, it's probably some of the most creative and mature, for metal, song compositions and stuff like that. Just some of the classical ways of playing mixed with the dissonant riffs and just like different complicated tremolo stuff, like the atmospheric type of riffs that are created and just all that other bunch of stuff. There's just a lot of like really mature guitar composition and playing and stuff like that, and it's just very, very creative depending on what subgenre you're listening to, of black metal. Next is the origin of black metal. It's probably the most infamous, brutal, and rebellious musical origin out there. I'm not exactly sure if death metal has like any sort of relevant, or not relevant. I'm sure the origin of death metal is relevant. The word I'm looking for here is, I don't know, just the beginning of death metal probably wasn't as crazy and as unique, and it was just a branch off of a genre that came before that. But yeah, it's, the origins of black metal rebel against, the death metal cliches that were going on during that time period. And just the song kind of traditions and production value were way different than what everyone else was doing, like in thrash and death metal and just regular heavy metal and stuff like that. They all just really wanted like good, clean, solid production, and black metal just started going, nah, we're just gonna record however the fuck we feel like it for the cheapest equipment out there. And it was still considered really, really good, and it was well revered, even though it sounded like you recorded off of a toaster. Another reason for the origins, why it's probably one of the best metal genres, was for like the motives behind what they were writing, the lyrics, the lifestyle, the belief system, stemming back to, once again, like the Europeans who created this music. Like the Christians, bulldozed their old beliefs, worship sites, and if you're not a Christian, or if you're not of this and this and this, you're looked down as a degenerate, and you're looked as a Satanist, because that's what they wanted. They wanted you to be a Satanist and to be locked up and all that shit. So the lyrical themes and the values and stuff like that, and the belief system behind black metal and the origin of it is also rather unique and kind of neat. And harkening back to the production value and stuff like that, the reverse values of kind of musical advancement, the necro and cold sound and stuff like that, it's definitely an interesting kind of beginning, because most people strive for that stronger sound, that more polished sound and whatnot. But then these guys, their values are actually the reverse of that. They don't want solid, clean, stuff like that. They were trying to get away from all of this stuff. And it was like, the funny thing about that is that metal and death metal was just kind of an escalation of rebelliousness, right? So for an origin of a metal subgenre to be rebelling against the rebels, and it's kind of humorous, and it's kind of interesting, because they're not just rebelling in a way that's conforming and going along with what the death metal people were trying to rebel against. They're doing that and rebelling against the way that these guys are rebelling. It's like a double rebellion there, so that's kind of neat. As well, it's like anything that's good and warm and full is kind of bad, and everything that's less popular or cult or rare is better. And the more mystery and the more underground and the more kind of obscure it seemed to be like that was better, as opposed to like things being popular and like warm and like full production value and stuff being lots of like well-known facts about it, and everybody knows how everything started in it. It's just kind of the reverse of all that. It's kind of neat, and how the mystique and the mystery and kind of like these unsolved questions about where everything started and how everything's supposed to be. It's very, very neat to me, and I like that. I don't know why. It just seems to be the coolest part, or one of the coolest parts about black metal, besides the actual music itself. And kind of further getting away from the actual music and origin, even the looks and aesthetics of black metal artists, stage-wise, and the cover art and stuff. The cover art and the album covers are, to me, they're more interesting because they're grim and dark and more like legitimately evil, as opposed to like gore and like just despicable kind of violent acts. Because like that makes it kind of somewhat legitimately kind of creepy and haunting, because it's less cartoonish and there's less blood and colors and green, blue, and purple all over the front of a death metal or brutal death metal record. Like it's you see someone being decapitated and someone being shit on or pissed on or whatever. It's gross and it's brutal, but it's not actually super evil or dark or haunting looking. Let's see here. And then, like, with black metal and all that stuff came the corpse paint, the excessive amount of spikes or nails, leather, the blood and the animal parts and sacrifices on stage. Like, I don't think there was too much of that before black metal got started. I mean, maybe Alice Cooper and some old, like, occult doom type of bands might have had something similar to that, or reenact some sort of, like, seance-y type of thing on stage. There's a band that I think sort of did that. It was a doom band. But yeah, it's definitely... I love theatricality, and I love shit other than, just band t-shirts and fucking blue jeans on stage, and these guys did that. I'm fucking stoked that this happened, and besides having really neat music and values and origins, they also added some theatricality and some more grim stuff for the eyes to see when you go see them live, or see videos of them doing their shit. It's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, so like I said, there are more over the top stage performance, more over the top theatricality, less vivid colors, more contrast, like black and whites, and sometimes just kind of like mute, like dead colors, like gray, and just kind of like dark brown, and just like more earthy and more like death colors, which is kind of funny considering they're black metal, not death metal. But yeah, I like the contrast, and I like how they did that. It's definitely a breath of fresh air coming from like being a guy that was more into like death metal and slam and brutal death metal and grindcore and gore grind and porno grind, like all that kind of shit, to finally, like, feeling at home in this kind of genre and belief system and look and just everything about it. I fucking love black metal, and I finally found the genre for me, man. Like, I thought I was super duper into slam like a couple years back, but it's got nothing on black metal. It really doesn't, in my opinion. And it's, I think, I don't know, man. Like, before black metal, did people use a lot of like upside down crosses and Leviathan cross, or Anton LaVey crosses? Sorry. Pentagrams, demonic symbols, and like satanic imagery. Did they use a lot of that prior to black metal? I think maybe in like some thrash metal bands they might have done that, or maybe some precursor death metal bands may have done that. But until, at least as far as I'm aware and have seen in the last 2.5 years of really getting into black metal, I don't think there was too much of like that super duper anti-Christian and super duper satanic imagery in heavy metal. I mean, there might be the odd pentagram. Like, I know Anthrax had a pentagram or two in a couple of their album covers, and I think maybe some precursor death metal bands may have done it, but not to the point and extreme amount of imagery that black metal has done. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know, man. I honestly think that black metal could potentially be the best metal subgenre out there. So yeah, man, we've covered musical reasons why. We've covered the origin, and we've covered the way everything looks on stage, on the artists themselves, and on their album covers. I was when I made this list, I'm writing in the Jesse Jocks Metal book here, but. Yeah, when I made this, I felt like I was missing something. I wasn't quite sure. I mean, I covered the music, I covered the origin, I covered how they look and how everything looks aesthetically. I know someone dinged me on calling something aesthetic when I was talking about the music, but I mean like the artwork and the artists themselves and stuff like that. But I don't know. Well, am I missing something that could potentially be a reason why the black metal could be the best metal subgenre? Let me know. Let me know what else potentially could make black metal the best metal subgenre. Or let me know why you don't think that black metal is the best metal genre, and which one you do think is, and why. Give me reasons why. Don't just be like, black metal sucks because they use potatoes for recording equipment, or black metal sucks because they're so cliche satanic and they're not even Satan worshippers. But, you know, don't even get me into that Satan thing. That's stupid. You know, just let me know why and what you think is better than black metal, if you do. But if you're with me and you think black metal is the best metal subgenre, let me know your thoughts as to why, or if I nailed all the points. Did I nail everything, or did I forget something? Let me know, because I'm pretty sure I covered it. Also, I don't know if you can hear that in the background or not. This is the humanectomy demo that I did with the guys in humanectomy before everything went south. If anyone's interested in that, I could probably make you a copy for, you know, about $5 or $6, maybe $8 shipped. Because we're still trying to, like, get rid of some of those shirts, because our Facebook page is back up after one of the admins deleted the damn thing and kicked me off of the admin panel. But it's back up, thanks to yours truly, Jesse Slammerella. And let me know if you want a copy of the demo. It's not the greatest quality, but it's something that I did and was involved in. It's all you know, smoothed over production, so it's gonna be raw slam core stuff. If that interests you at all, I can make you up a copy, and we still are selling the filthy Canadian slamcore humanectomy shirts on our Facebook page, which I'll leave a link to, and you know, support that shit. Try to, you know, get on there. And before I head out of here, I also still have Super Slam Bros Brutal Logo shirts, medium to extra large, extra large, and Rectal Depravity CDs. And also be sure to check out our Torturous Endevilment EP on Bandcamp. Thanks for subscribing. Stay sick, and until next time, my friends,